I left Kabul in a very dramatic way, in a very tragic way. Uh, Although I was trying to keep myself safe and my family safe, but all the way, every moment, every second, the only thing that I was thinking, it was my mission and my vision, and the thing that I have to continue this fight against extremism, against authoritarian regimes in a more productive way, with more power, with more opportunities that I should continue to fight. And exactly it was my mission. And I'm very pleased that right now, with the support of Atlas Network, with the support of a number of other colleagues from around the world, I'm much stronger with our team that we are fighting against these groups, against these regimes, against these extremist groups. We are doing everything that we can do to fight against them and to not let them to take away the freedom of the people on the way that they want.
This is Atlas Network with Michael Carnuccio.
Welcome to Atlas Network with Michael Carnuccio, the show where we introduce you to the courageous people leading the worldwide freedom movement. Today, I'm honored to speak with someone whose journey is nothing short of heroic. When the Taliban seized Kabul in 2021, Khalid Ramizy, then CEO of the Afghanistan Economic and Legal Studies Organization, was forced to flee. Now based in Canada, Khalid continues leading those efforts digitally while expanding his mission globally through the World Anti Extremism Network. Through radio, books, leadership development, and now the Toronto Democracy Forum, he is empowering new generations to resist tyranny. This episode is about bravery, vision, and the unstoppable power of ideas. Stick with us. You won't want to miss how Khalid and his team are lighting a fire for liberty in one of the world's most hostile environments for freedom. Khalid, thank you so much for being with us today. And I have to start off by asking, what happened that forced you to flee Afghanistan?
Thank you so much, Michael. I'm so pleased and honored to be on this conversation with you. So I was leading the leading liberal think tank of Afghanistan for more than 15 years. And I was directly fighting against the ideologies of the extremist groups who were actively working in a country such as Afghanistan. My name and our organization name was on the top priority list of extremist groups who were actively working in Afghanistan. And we were keep receiving alerts and threats from those groups. My name and my life was in extreme danger from those groups. But my mission was very clear, and our mission was very clear. We should stay in the country, fight for the freedom of the country, and continue our mission and our vision to establish and to create a free, a developed, and modern Afghanistan. But unfortunately, what happened, the country completely collapsed on the hand of Taliban, which is one of the most extremist or one of the most extreme regimes or totalitarian group in the world. But I tried my best to continue the fight for freedom until the last moment that I could. But unfortunately, when Taliban came to Kabul and they captured all Afghanistan, the only option for me was to escape from the country, because if they found me because of my activities and the work that I was doing against them and the ideas that I was promoting in a country such as Afghanistan, they would not leave me alone, and they would kill me, or they will hurt me, or they will do something bad for me and for my family. And the only option for me was to escape from the country. And escaping of Kabul on those days, it was not an easy task. It was not easy. It was very difficult because many people, they were lining up at the Kabul airport, and they were trying to go inside the airport to leave the country. Maybe more than 100,000 in all gates or on all doors of Kabul airport. They were trying to go inside and to escape from the country. But fortunately, after 1 week that I was hiding myself in different secure and different safe places in Kabul with my family and a few of my colleagues, I found the opportunity and I found the chance through the support of Atlas Network, which I'm very, very grateful from all their supports until the moment that I'm talking, because they were the one that they supported me and they helped me a lot to I keep alive the liberty movement in Afghanistan, and also at the same time to I keep myself and my friends and my colleagues safe and alive until the moment. Then I had to escape from the country. First, I went to Abu Dhabi after 4 nights on there. Then I went to Albania, and from Albania, after more than 2 months, I went to Turkey. And after more than 6 months and living in Turkey and experiencing a lot of challenges again in Turkey, then through the support of Atlas Network, I found the chance and the opportunity to migrate to the United States and to start my working as a research scholar with the University of Pittsburgh at the Center for Markets and Governance. And after that, at the same time, when I started my journey, my work at CGM at the University of Pittsburgh, my family migrated to Canada, which I'm so pleased that right now we are living together. And then I also found the chance and the opportunity we should reunite. And I reunited with my family. And then we came together with a number of other colleagues and friends from the liberty movement, that all of us are the survivors of extremism and authoritarianism. And we came with the idea that, okay, we are the survivors of extremism and authoritarianism. Now we are living in a safe place, but we should not let those groups, those people that who were taking away our freedom and our lives alone. And we should do everything that we can do against them, and we should fight against them. Then we established the World Anti Extremism Network as a global network to fight against extremism and authoritarianism through educational projects and through bringing of scholars and activists and advocates from around the world to fight against extremism and authoritarianism from here.
Your story is quite inspiring and amazing. There's so many elements there that you just talked about, and what the journey was to get you to where you are today, and we're having this conversation. So I have to ask, before we get going any further, I'm sure someone in the audience has thought this. After going what you went through and having to flee Kabul in disguise and go through all, was there ever a moment that you thought, look, I'm just going to slip aside to safety and leave all this behind? We tried, but this is going in a direction. I want my family and I to be safe. Because all I'm hearing in your story is this commitment and this drive. The harder it got, the more you've leaned in and launched the World Anti Extremism Network and everything else. So was there ever a moment of just wanting to flee for safety?
So the first moment, it is a very difficult question, because when it is full of emotional, because when I'm talking about all these things, I get very emotional. For the first time when I said goodbye to my colleagues at the office, we hugged each other's, and we cried like kids, in a very different way. And we said goodbye. We said just goodbye to physically to each other's, but not goodbye to our mission and to our values. That was very important for me. From that moment that our tears came and we cried with each other, we said goodbye, And I left Kabul in a very dramatic way, in a very tragic way. Although I was trying to keep myself safe and my family safe, but all the way, every moment, every second, the only thing that I was thinking, it was my mission and my vision, and the thing that I have to continue this fight against extremism, against authoritarian regimes in a more productive way, with more power, with more opportunities that I should continue to fight. And exactly it was my mission. And I'm very pleased that right now, with the support of Atlas Network, with the support of a number of other colleagues from around the world, I'm much stronger with our team that we are fighting against these groups, against these regimes, against these extremist groups. We are doing everything that we can do to fight against them and to not let them to take away the freedom of the people on the way that they want.
And folks, I'm asking you to join Khalid and his colleagues at the World Anti Extremism Network and all of our peers and colleagues throughout the worldwide freedom movement by going to atlasnetwork.org, making a gift today, and join the fight. Join in this opportunity to bring freedom to all parts of the world. And Khalid, I want to turn there with a question. Because I believe right now Afghanistan has imposed another internet blackout. Help our audience understand why this is so concerning, why they impose such a blackout, what are they afraid of, and what does this do in restricting liberty?
Yeah, unfortunately, the current situation in Afghanistan is very different. So there is no other country in the world right now that they're not allowing a woman to work or to study or to go even outside of the home. But Afghanistan is the only country right now in the world that the women are living under such restrictions that even they are not leaving them to leave the home alone and go outside of their homes. So the situation of the people, the situation of the country in terms of economics, in terms of human rights, in terms of basic rights of the people is very different, is in very bad situation. And recently, unfortunately, they totally shut down the internet for the people for more than 2 days. But then after the pressure from a lot of countries, from a lot of people from different parts of the world, they accepted to reopen or to let the people to use the internet again, but there is no guarantee that when they will stop it back. So the general situation in the country is something that we all should wonder a lot. So there is no opportunity for the people, especially for the women, and there is no economic development. So exactly the country is on the handoff like a zombie or like a zombies group that they are doing everything that they want. They are just sleeping each night and they are waking up in the morning and they are saying, okay, we should do this against women, we should do against this against the people, we should stop the people working to this field, we should stop people going to the parks. So they are restricting the people from their basic rights. And that's why the fight for freedom is very important for Afghanistan than any time in the past. And this is exactly the time that we need to come together. We need to support the freedom fighters of Afghanistan, and we need to support the freedom movement of the country, that they should survive and they should continue their fight for freedom.
Tell me about the moment in your journey that the idea for the World Anti Extremism Network came to be. When did you think of that and decide this needs to happen and I'm going to lead this effort?
Thank you so much for this question. So I'm involved with many organizations that they are working for freedom, they are working for human rights. But what I was watching, what I was experiencing, all those organizations established by a number of academics or by a number of activists, that they found those cases important to work on those things in the world, and they came together and they established those initiatives for those organizations. But what is very unique with the WIN, or with the World Anti Extremism Network, we came together as the survivors of extremism and authoritarianism. What do I mean with that? For example, myself, I experienced firsthand extremism and authoritarianism in my life, and I know exactly that what they are doing, what they did for my country and for myself and for my family, because I lost even my sister during her wedding with the white clothes because of the extremist groups in the country. And including myself, my other colleagues, they also experienced the same things on their lives. And we all came together based on the ideas that we exactly knew that these are the ways that we can counter extremism, that we can counter authoritarian regimes in the world. And then we established the World Anti Extremism Network. And then when I got this idea to we should exactly work on this, I really experienced this. I really saw this, that there is a strong need for such organization to those people that they really experience these things or on their own lives. They should come together and they should establish it. And exactly it was on the first days or weeks that I was in the state, in Pennsylvania, in Pittsburgh, and I was working there, and I found that we need for such organization. Then I contacted with my colleagues, and then for the first time, we frame this organization when I was at the leadership training of Atlas Network in Virginia. I shared with a number of colleagues at Atlas Network, including Dr. Tom Palmer, that after that meeting, I met him at Asia Liberty Forum in Philippines. And they also liked the ideas of such an organization, and they support it on different ways. And then we came with the idea to we should establish it.
What sets your organization apart from others that are working to counter extremism, all over the world? What is unique about the World Anti Extremism Network?
Yeah, as I mentioned, that we experience a lot. All our team members, including our staffs, including our board members, we experience all these things in our life firsthand. This is one of the uniqueness of the World Anti Extremism Network. Why I'm saying that? Because when you experience something in your life, then obviously you are also trying your best to find the concrete way to counter that thing in your life. And this is something that we are focusing. All our team members, all our staff, all our board members who are leading the organization, in a way they are connected with the ideas that we are promoting from their heart. And this is something on their lives that they want to fight against, that they want to promote the ideas of liberty in different ways. And another thing, mostly we are like an educational organization. We are working to educate the people, especially the young generation, through different methods that they should fight against extremism and authoritarianism through educational projects, through their ideas, which many other organizations in the world, they are focusing a lot on political issues. But the way that we are working and the way that we are doing it, it is through like small educational projects, and the projects which comes directly through or through the heart of the people that we are engaged with them, and through their heart.
Leadership question here, because a lot of the conversations I get to have with amazing peers of yours throughout the worldwide freedom movement, there's always so much to do, but time, talent, resource, right, are the constraints of where is the best efforts for our organization. So as you're talking, I'm thinking about, gosh, there's no shortage probably of conversations for you to have and initiatives for your organization. But you have to focus and kind of try to decide where impact is. So how do you make that calculation? How do you all determine the projects for the World Anti Extremism Network?
So to really see the impact of our projects, each year we are developing a concrete plan that these are the target groups that we should work with them. For example, we have one of our biggest project is International Human Rights Certificate for Young Leaders. We are working and educating young leaders from all over the world, the ideas of freedom, the ideas of human rights, and how they can become human rights advocate on their respective countries. So based on that project, we educated, and currently our members are more than 500 people from more than 20 countries. And the impact that we are receiving from their works, for example, one of the person who graduated from this course and the things that he learned from all our programs, now is one of the best human rights advocate in Pakistan. For example, another person in Sri Lanka who joined this group, right now he is leading one of the youth organization in Sri Lanka to fight against corruption in the country. So these are some of the impacts that we are working, we are equipping the young generation, the people, and in return, we experience or we see directly the impacts of their work in our mission.
Is there a story or an experience, maybe this year, recently, it could be in the past, that you've had that really encapsulates and highlights the success or the importance of the work that you all are doing?
Yes, of course. We work with we fortunately we have many success, but let me just share one of them. We work with Afghan women. Unfortunately, Taliban more than 2 years ago, they stopped women, even the Afghan women entrepreneurs. They stopped their businesses, and there was no chance for them to reopen their businesses. But we had a special program for Afghan women under the name of Women's Leadership Academy. And we work with hundreds of Afghan women to educate them the ideas of liberty, the ideas of freedom, and how they can advocate for their basic rights. Then through those women that we work with them, we started a kind of campaign and a kind of biggest advocacy campaign in the country to even make it possible for them to get their rights from one of the most extremist groups in the world. And fortunately, after a lot of works, after a lot of challenges through the advocacy of these young women groups under our support and under our contribution, that we work with many departments, and we convinced them, and they finally accepted to let the women open their businesses in the country. It was one of the biggest success for our organization, that even under the most authoritarian rules, regulations, or regime, or the most extreme group in the world, if you continue your fight for your freedom, you will get the success. And right now, all Afghan women, they are able to open their small businesses, but there are some restrictions. For example, they have to have one of their male member from their families as a person that they should accompany them all the time, and their name should be on the business registration. But still, we are happy with that it opened the doors and the opportunity for them to be in the market, to sell their products, and to be involved with the world. So they should not be totally isolated. So this is something that when I'm thinking about the success, about the impact of our work, I'm really proud that at least we were able to, through our Women Leadership Academy, we established this opportunity. We advocate for their rights, and right now we see exactly the concrete or the concrete impact of this project.
Yeah, that's amazing and fantastic, and congratulations to you all on that success that is definitely having a transformational impact. Let's talk about healing the world by defending freedom, right? This was the theme of your first forum for the Toronto Democracy Forum. Why was that the theme that you chose?
So many, I'm sure that you'll agree with me. We have many forums, we have many conferences in the world. The people are coming, they're just standing on the podium and they're talking whatever they want, and they're just going to sit, and the organizer will take a few photos, and that is it. But what we were thinking that we should not let this happen. If we let someone to come and speak on our podium, then he or she must present something for the problems that we are dealing right now in the world. That was the main idea. So, okay, for example, X person or Z person is going to talk in Toronto Democracy Forum. He or she must present one specific idea or a solution that how we all can heal the world and lead the world toward peace, prosperity, and freedom. And exactly it was our aim, and still it is our aim that everyone who are going to speak at the Toronto Democracy Forum, they should come with a solution, at least with one solution, that how we can defend freedom and democracies and counter extremism and authoritarianism in the current world that we are living.
So, as we think about the forum and that you put it together, and this is the approach, what kind of response did you get, and what kind of success do you feel like you're having?
I'm very pleased and honored with the success of the forum that we organized last year with the support of Atlas Network. And again, this year, it became very big. So every day we are receiving not one or two, but dozens of emails from different organizations from around the world that they want to join and be a part of this forum. They want to support the forum in different ways that they can. They are offering their supports. And for me personally, I feel very proud and I feel very honored because as an immigrant from a third world country, that I migrated to a country like Canada, and then we establish a platform or an initiative that right now we are able to provide the opportunity for international audience, for all the people around the world to join this forum, share their ideas of how we can heal the world. That is very happy moment for me when I see that.
What is your vision for future forums? Are you learning as you're going forward, and there'll be an iteration the next time? So what do you see happening there?
Of course, each time we are learning, we learned a lot from the last year forum. So this is one of the main program of the World Anti Extremism Network, and we are learning each time from organizing of the forum. But beside that, we are consulting with different freedom organizations around the world. We are talking with them, we are inviting them, we are asking their opinion that how we can make it more productive and more to organize it in a way that as I mentioned already, we should present something for the people. So the idea of this forum is not to just come, sit, eat, take the photos and go and finish everything. No, The idea is to come, sit, talk, and share your ideas and share the solutions. That is the most important thing. And obviously, we are learning and we are making the forum each year much better. We are organizing it in a much better way each year that we are doing. And each year we are bringing a lot of changes. This year we have so many changes. For example, we will have so many breakout sessions. We will have a lot of group working. And the way that we are thinking, we are not inviting 1,000 people. We are inviting, for example, 100 people, but from this 100 people, we want to hear. So all those 100 people will have the opportunity to take the mic and share their ideas that how we can counter extremism and authoritarianism and heal the world. And that is the most important thing for us.
Let's connect the dots here a little bit for our audience. We talked about the World Anti Extremism Network and now the Toronto Democracy Forum. And so connect the two together. How does the forum support and help scale the efforts of what you're doing with the World Anti Extremism Network?
Of course, it helped us a lot because the people who are joining at the forum, they are from business community, they are from government side, even from other think tanks, from donors. For example, since last year, when many people joined the Toronto Democracy Forum, they contacted us after the forum, and they said that you are such brave people, you are such great people, you are doing great work that we really need your ideas and your fight right now in the world. We are able to support this much with your organization, or we are able to support in this way with your organization. And that is something that we really want from organizing of such forums to develop the capacity of the organization, to give the chance and the opportunity for more people to join us, to join our programs, and to get the benefit of our works. And this forum really built the organization prestige and the organization credibility. And I see a very bright future for the organization and also for the forum.
So if we think about the future of your work and how people can get involved and participate, and you mentioned Atlas Network in your story quite a bit. Talk to us about someone who's listening right now and says, hey, I want to help, or I want to get involved, or I'm passionate about making sure that anti-extremism is a focus and their success pushing back in some part of the world. What's the next step that they should take?
Sure. So I would like to mention that the force behind all these success stories of our organization is Atlas Network. Without the support of Atlas Network, none of these activities or achievements would be possible, which I'm very, very grateful from the support of Atlas Network and from the generosity of the partners and the donors of Atlas Network that who made all this work possible. Obviously, the people that they are watching right now, they can check out our website and they can learn more about our initiatives. So we have so many opportunities. We have so many projects which are going on right now all across the world. But obviously, they can support through Atlas Network our initiatives, because Atlas Network is one of the main partner organization of WAN, or the World Anti Extremism Network. And let me conclude with this, that if they want to see a peaceful world, if they want to experience peace and prosperity on the lives of themselves and on the lives of their loved ones, so exactly the mission of the WAN is something like that, that we are working to create that opportunity for them and for their loved ones and for the world. And exactly this is an investment that they will proud on that, not now, but for many, many, many years which will come. And this is something that we all need right now in the world to stand against extremism and authoritarianism, fight against them, and promote the ideas of human dignity, human rights, and freedom.
Amen to that. I couldn't agree with you more and appreciate the way you stated that. But I want to ask you a follow-up question because you've mentioned now a couple of times about partnership with Atlas Network. And I understand at some points you're referencing resources, grant resources to help the organization. But there were these other points you mentioned in there about being in Virginia and participating in a training program, about connection with Dr. Palmer. So what has, for you as a leader, what has your involvement with Atlas Network been like, and how has that helped you become more successful in building and growing your organization?
Thank you, Michael. Yeah. For me personally, having of financial grant or financial support from an organization is not everything. But the most important thing for a leader or for an organization, if they really have the mission, is they should learn how to lead that organization or that think tank properly. And this is exactly something which I gained through the partnership with Atlas Network. So I graduated from the Atlas Network Academy, that they really educated me and that they really equipped me with the ideas that how successfully I can run a think tank or an organization, which I'm very, very grateful from that. The Atlas Network connected me with not dozens, with hundreds of people and organizations around the world who are also working on the same way, on the same path in the freedom movement, which I'm very grateful from that. Now we are working together. We have a network of our own freedom activists from around the world, and we all are supporting each others. And personally, so when I entered freedom movement, I was very young. So I was in school. I was a student, and for myself, when I connected with Atlas Network, the ideas that I learned, all the ideas that I learned, all the people that I have met, for example, Dr. Tom Palmer, was an inspiration in my life. Was one of, not one, was the only teacher in my life that he educated me. He showed me the way that how I can be exactly a leader, how I can lead an organization, and so on. And let me also share one of the good memories, because maybe it would be a good time to share. Dr. Palmer, when he met me for the second time in Afghanistan, because he visited Afghanistan many times and we had the honor to host him, I was very young, and I was with one of our organization key member on that meeting with him. And he asked from me that, Khalid, okay, you are going to graduate from your school, then what you will do next? And I said to him, okay, I am going to finish my school, and hopefully I will find an opportunity to work with the government. And he really shocked, and he said, no, you should not work with the government. Tomorrow you should come. We will sit together. I will create a specific plan for your life. You should be involved a lot with the freedom movement, and you should work in a good way with the freedom movement, and you should become a good leader to lead the freedom movement of Afghanistan. Then I met with him. He gave me more than 4 hours of his time, which I'm very grateful from him. And he had a lot of pencils, a lot of rulers, a lot of pens, and he opened a lot of notebooks with so many papers, and he created a concrete plan for my life. That, okay, you are in here, you will graduate in this time, and you have to do all these things, you have to read all these books, you have to do this, and then you will become a good person to lead the freedom movement of Afghanistan, which I did all those things. And this is something that I really got and I really received from Atlas Network, from Dr. Palmer, which I'm really happy and I really proud on that. If I didn't meet with Atlas Network, if I didn't establish the connection with Atlas Network or with Dr. Tom Palmer, sometimes I'm thinking with myself that maybe I would be one of the corrupted politicians of Afghanistan, that today they wasted millions, billions dollars of United States in the country, and they were totally corrupted. But what I did, I stood against all of them. I work against all of them, and I work for the freedom, for the human dignity, and for a bright and independent Afghanistan, which was my aim, and it was exactly the thing that I got from Atlas Network.
Thank you so much for sharing that story. It is it's amazing and inspiring and relatable. I think there's many of your peers throughout the worldwide freedom movement that have somewhat of a similar story of engaging with Dr. Palmer. And what I always appreciate about these stories is that his intuition to see something in you and understand at the same time that a lot of us think, can I really have impact? And maybe I just do what I see others doing. And he steps into that breach and says, no, you're more. You have a higher purpose. You have a power in you. And here, let me help you see that and understand it. So I appreciate you sharing that. And I look forward to hearing more about that story. And many of our peers will share their stories at the Liberty Forum and Freedom Dinner this November in New York. We encourage our audience to go to atlasnetwork.org and sign up and learn more about that. All right, Khalid, we've come to the point of our conversation today. I always like to ask my guests a little bit more about some personal questions about their home and where they're from. And so if we pretend right now that we're having this conversation and we've had so much success in the world that we're back in Kabul, right? And I'm in your office with you. And it's time for us to go have a meal together. What are we eating? What is the meal that if we were in Afghanistan, I have to really understand true cuisine there?
The most important thing for Afghans is to eat a lot of meat and a lot of rice. So definitely, I'm just thinking that right now we are in the office in Kabul in Afghanistan, and we are sitting together, and right now we are eating the Kabuli palau, which is the most famous food of Afghanistan, and the recipe of this food is also included. I have written that in the Atlas test book, which all the recipes from the Atlas Network partners from around the world. So we would eat that, but I really wish, but I'm sure that we can do that again, hopefully very soon. We will enjoy the freedom in our country again, and that's why we all are working for that day.
Let's talk about that day, because you speak of it as though it's not just something that is the outcome of the success of your organization, but it's a belief and a passion that you truly have, and we share it together. So what gives you that hope? What is inspiring you and gives you hope after your story that we've heard today of how much challenge you've gone through? You still have hope. What gives you hope?
Yeah, I experienced a lot, as I mentioned. My name was in different lists of terrorist groups. They were trying to kill me. I went to Turkey for in different times to stay there for a while, and then I returned back to Afghanistan. But I tried my best to stay in the country until the last moment in a way I should keep myself safe and I should continue the work of our organization. And then when Taliban came to Afghanistan and they took the control of the country, and I escaped from the country, we closed the office for about 3 months. For 3 months, our office in Afghanistan was closed. There was no activity, nothing. But then I realized through the connections that I had with the people, with our audience, especially with the young generation of the country, and that they contacted me, that they are there, I came to know that the seeds for freedom through the investment of Atlas Network and all our partners are already in Afghanistan. And we should not let those investments wasted. And we have to continue the fight. Then I came with this idea. I immediately organized the board meeting. And I said to our board members that, okay, it is risky to work for Afghanistan, but this is important to work for Afghanistan. Previously, we had a kind of republic government, we had democracy, we had the presence of more than 30 countries in the country, including United States. We were working. But right now that the country is on the hand of one of the most extremist groups, and they are killing the people, they are doing everything that they want, why we should stop our work? Because we already invested, we already work a lot, we have already the seeds on the ground, then let's continue the fight. Let's start the activity of the organizations or the movements that we belong and we invested a lot on them. Then we started the work of the organization again, and we continued the fight. And after a while, I came to know that exactly I was very right. The seeds are already on the ground. And that sense and that idea, each time, every day, every minute, is giving me a kind of sense, a kind of idea that this darkness will be ended by these seeds of freedom who are already in the ground, who are already working. And we will end this darkness, and we will soon experience a bright Afghanistan, an open Afghanistan, and a free Afghanistan. Through what? Through the support of our partners, through the work that we are doing, and through the initiatives that we already have on the ground. And hopefully we will experience a free and independent Afghanistan very soon.
Khalid, you said that so well. I couldn't say it any better myself. I appreciate your heart. I appreciate your vision, but most of all, your courage. I think that is something that's coming through this conversation that is quite inspiring, is an unwavering courage and a spirit that is leading your colleagues and setting the pace for many of us that are involved in the worldwide freedom movement. And so to that, I thank you. I say congratulations to you for all of your work, and I appreciate your time and conversation today on the program.
Thank you so much, Michael. I'm so pleased and honored that I joined you in this conversation, and let's work together for freedom and liberty in the world.
Count me in. And folks, I want to count you in as well in partnering with Atlas Network. Go to atlasnetwork.org, where you can learn more about Khalid's story and his peers, all the work that he's doing with the World Anti Extremism Network, and at the next Toronto Democracy Forum as well that you could participate in. And while you're there, look at the opportunity to be involved in the Atlas Network Liberty Forum and Freedom Dinner coming up in November 2025 in New York City, as it is every year, where the Templeton Freedom Award will be given out the last evening as well. You want to be part of that. But folks, continue to press in areas that you see extremism around the world. Look for ways to partner with Khalid and his colleagues at WAN. And again, go to atlasnetworks.org. And until next time, make sure you go subscribe to Atlas Network with Michael Carnuccio on Spotify or Apple or YouTube, wherever you consume your podcast. And we look forward to the next conversation with you there.